All right, Sistas fans, during my live stream last night, we had an interesting comparison made in the comment section. You know how I really don't talk much about the Q Maurice stuff because I honestly don't care, but somebody in the comments actually made this great observation. They're like, Jeremy, when you think about it, it's kind of like, Jeffrey and Justin, but it doesn't seem, even at the beginning stages of the Jeffrey Justin crap on the haves and have-nots, it felt more realistic as opposed to what's going down with Quincy and Maurice. To be honest here, and this is no shade to Brian, I mean, he's doing great with the role he's given. It's just that I don't think Tyler put a lot of thought into this storyline. I mean, heck, there have been some fans who said it's a shame. It feels like Sabrina has gotten the short end of the stick for most of this season so far, and a lot of the time and development and whatnot has been handed over to Maurice. I mean, was it a sacrifice play that by getting Maurice more screen time and whatnot, that came at the cost of Sabrina getting reduced, I guess you could say dialogue and development? But then again, development in this show is very weird because at one point it seems, oh, this character's growing, but then boom, they get regressed for the sake of another season. It's weird, but it is what it is. But I do agree to an extent because you got Jeffrey and Maurice being the homosexual person who's looking for love because they had a troubled past with, well, honestly, yeah, Jeffrey and Maurice kind of have the same kind of a scenario. Homosexual men, abusive mothers, usually mentally or whatever, mental abusers. Maurice got kicked out on the street when he was at a young age, and then you had Jeffrey who was in the closet for decades, and then his mom pretty much disowned him as soon as he revealed that he was gay. And then on top of that, they look for love in all the wrong places. That's a theme between these characters. And then you get to the whole thing where it's in your face toxic relationship material. Justin for Jeffrey and Q for Maurice. But the whole bank robbery thing, that's the thing with Tyler Perry. Like, he will raise the bar so high with a character doing outlandish things, with Q robbing a bank or the freaking feds arresting Gary, and then you'll have the love-struck character still stick with him through it all. And it's like, okay, now it's just ridiculous. But you look at how Q is acting, like he's trying to manipulate the situation, telling Calvin that Maurice let him stay there, and even though Maurice knows it's not the right thing to do, he's just so enamored. I mean, heck, you even have a naked Q on Maurice's bed to tempt him, in the same vein of, what was it when Justin popped up in Jeffrey's bedroom in the hotel room naked, and then that's when Veronica came in and recorded the entire thing. So, wait, given the fact that Calvin and Maurice walk into the bedroom and see Q on the bed, is that just like Jeffrey and Landon coming to the hotel room, and then we see Justin on the bed? That's kind of what we're going for here. So let me put it this way. The Maurice and Q storyline is very similar to the early stages of Justin and Jeffrey, but it isn't done as well, if you ask me. It just seems like Maurice has to be dumb to relegate Q to be somewhat of a recurring character, because if Maurice wised up, why doesn't someone just call the police? That's all I'm saying. All it takes is one phone call to the police, and that's a wrap. But you have to drag this out for as long as you can, just for the sake of getting Maurice a story, when I feel like there's so much more to do. Like, what about the Alonzo stuff? What about the whole Jacoby possibly being in league with Alonzo to get Maurice fired or something along those lines? All that stuff is just gone, and we're just stuck with Q. So what do you think, based on the couple minutes I spent here talking about the comparisons? Do you think there's somewhat of a parallel between Jeffrey and Justin and Maurice and Q? How do you think this is all going to turn out? I just feel like this is going to be toxicity at its finest, where Q is just going to seduce Maurice, even though he said he was gay for pay. So I don't know exactly what Maurice is hoping to gain from this. I just feel like we're going to see this character be as blind and ridiculously dumb as Andy is when it comes to Gary. So thanks so much for tuning in. Take a moment to hit the thumbs up button to show you like the video. Hit subscribe, hit that bell icon, and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content on the channel. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below.